All right, cool, brilliant. Thank you. So, okay, this is your capacity. Okay, let's start with the tax board. Okay, one. Okay, even as you are there, actually, so just go back. Don't worry. Let's start from there anyway. So the capacity, because that is also important anyway. So while you are actually kind of planning the capacity, right? So okay, everyone has got 0 days, right? Is that right? So you need to put the number of days that your testers are going to be around and your developers are going to be around. So those are the two people, the two roles anyway. The rest are not anyway. You don't put capacity for the Scrum Master and you don't put capacity for the BA. Moji actually dwell on that one. The reason the father Scrum Master are facilitator, what's it called? The facilitator on within the team, and BAs are working out of the sprint anyway, so they are not working within the sprint, so you won't put their name or their capacity down. So the only two roles they are the developers and the Scrum Master and the developers. Okay, so because you guys are not working full day on this particular project, so and I would say maybe 1 or 2 hours per day would be okay. All right. So if you do that, one or 2 hours. So in the number of days, if you click on days, right?
Is it capacity per day?
Sorry, hi Deji.
Yes.
For the days, it's days off, so they don't have any days off. But what I wanted to point out that I was raising my hand for is that for this particular mandate, the SMs are serving as the dev, so they might need to do a bit of
yeah. All right, that's good then. So yeah, but you can put capacity per day in there as 1 or 2 hours anyway. So that's otherwise, yeah, you think you go almost like 7 hours, but right now it's only 0, so that means nothing. So you need to put the number, number. So if you click on that and change that to 1.
Okay, for SMs are off, for developers and.
So okay, so like allow me, I said now, let us not be confused. Let us not confuse, right? So it says for this particular sprint and also maybe for next sprint because you guys are working on the SharePoint project and Scrum Masters are the developers. They are the one developing. So yeah, so technically Scrum Masters are doing 2 jobs, right? Yeah, as developers and also as Scrum Masters. Okay. So which even at work also sometimes happens, you see developers standing in as a Scrum Master. This has happened to me as well when I was even the Kiwi lead and also I was also the Scrum Master at the same time. So yeah, so you would change the capacity per day, right, to from 0 to, I think 2 hours is okay per day. Anyway, you can change that anyway later. So you need to change that anyway. So yeah. So I want to see that next week. Okay. So now if you go to tax board for me, please. Go to the board. Okay. Okay. Can you view as backlogs for me? View. Okay, and change backlog item to epics on the right. Go to the right, please. Or PB. Oh, yeah, that one. Change that to epics. Okay, so this will give you hierarchy, right? So what is placeholder? What's that for? Why is that?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Can you expand? Okay, please. Who wants to?
Okay, sorry, I didn't raise my hand. The place order, we had to move some item to place order because why the BA, why they're trying to create their user stories, some made mistake to create another epic instead of working on the existing epic. So that's why we had to create a place order. We just had a meeting with Uzo now before we join this call.
Okay.
So that's why we had to move all those to place order so that we know that we're not working with them except for the #1 epic, which we're working on. But we're still going to relay that to the SM so that they're aware.
Okay, but you can reuse that work item.
Yes.
So instead
Yes,
of
we can reuse it at the later day, probably when we have other things to use.
okay, all right. Can you expand? Thanks. Can you expand that to create expand? Not click on it. Expand with the arrow before the crown. No, not the plus. The arrow. The parrot. The greater than. Yeah. Okay. Can you expand the one for the placeholder as well? Okay, all right. So I think, well, maybe you just need to remove all those ones anyway. So if you can do that, because this doesn't, it's not really good. So, and you can, yeah, if you click on that, I think there should be remove or delete or something like that, right? So yeah, delete, you can delete those ones. So you can do that one, those ones later. But yeah. So to be honest, even at work, you might not have a delete functionality because they will lock that one down, right? This is based on, we just left this one. And so you can see all the full features that Azure Developers got. But at work, you might not be able to see all these features that you are seeing right now, but this is the full capacity of Azure DevOps that you guys are seeing anyway. So, okay, all right, that's fine. So you guys you need to clean up that place so that anyway. So, okay. To create SharePoint, that's the epic. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on, please. Okay. Can you expand the header, footer, team detail, library? Let's see what you got inside. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. I like the level of detail, which is fine, it's good. But bear in mind, you only have a few sprints to do this. Anyway, we still need to move into the development projects. So, okay. All right, cool. That is fine. So you see the organization logo, right? What do you have there? You have a task under that organization logo. Expand that one. Okay, to be deleted by SM. Okay, so don't do this. Okay, so I think if there's anything that you don't need, just delete it or move it to another way. Maybe okay. Let me ask you. Maybe you should not be deleting as well because even at work they won't ask you to delete. So what you could do, you can remove them. Okay, removing means that you change the status. Okay, click on that. Can you click on that one for me to be deleted? Yeah, or edit. Or you can click on it anyway. Just go and click on it.
I should click on the.
Yeah. Click,
Okay.
yeah. And the upper links. Okay, so now you can see the state is to do, right? Click on the to do state. So you can see removed, right? So once you've done that, yeah. So yeah, save and close. So that's another way to kind of remove stuff from here. So you can see the status is removed anyway. So rather than deleting anyway, yeah. So that's another way to do that. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. I like what I'm seeing right now, which is good. Anyway, let's click on one of the product backlog item. Okay. And at this time, I want you to bring out the best of the best. All right. This is now maybe the BA can let us know one of their best story that they've written. Right. So you need to bring the best of your stories. Okay.
Okay.
It could go. The team name has been approved, so maybe it could be
Okay. All right. Let's see
Which one?
that.
Team name.
team name. Yes, it's been approved already.
Okay, I can click on it.
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So as a member of Agile, Team Agile, I want the team name on the other, so that blah, blah. Okay. Given I am a member, okay, when I page that, I can see the team name and I know I am on the right page. Okay. All right, cool. That is brilliant. Okay. So now, so that's all there is, right? So okay. Do you have any attachments?
There's no attachment, sir.
So there's no wireframes.
No, not yet, sir.
So have you, okay, have they taught you how to do wireframes?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. We'll put that as pending anyway, but that's fine. So as you go along, I think you would get access to Balsamiq anyway. So then okay. All right. For now, that's okay. So as you go along, we can do that. So yeah. But okay, that is fine. So we can move on with this one. Okay. All right. Cool. So the other one, let's check the other one.
Which one are we checking now?
Team information. Let's see.
Okay.
Okay. All right. This is good as well. Anyway, so when I log in to SharePoint and let's go to the information section, I click on that, then I should display for you information of the team I'm working on. Information should should include description, blah, blah. Okay. So provide team information. Okay. All right. Cool. I think that is fine. So which I think is good anyway. So now I'm going to assume that most of the BAs know how to write the requirements as right now, acceptance criteria. Is that right? Can I assume that every BA can do this? At the end of this particular sprint, I'm expecting at least each of the BAs to write 3 stories, right? 3 stories from every BA. Is that okay? Scrum Master, can you put that? Can you make sure your team does that? Every Scrum Master, please. Is that okay?
Okay, sir.
So you need to ask them, okay, at the end, and if they don't do that, they might be out of the program. It's very, very important, okay? So 3 stories from every BA. Okay, and also, if you don't mind, can you also let the DA know that they need to be gathering this information for us, right? What are the stories that every BA writes? Okay, so I want to see, they need to gather it. Okay, this particular BA wrote 3 stories, this particular BA wrote 2 stories and everything. So they can tabulate them using their DS keys anyway. They will be taught on Tableau and they can put that together anyway. And I want to see the BA that's not written anything as well anyway. So, and this will go all through the sprint anyway. Is that okay, Scrum Master?
Yes, sir. But if I may ask, that means for every sprint they have on the board, each BA should write at least 2 stories.
For now, 3, right? But
Okay.
that should increase anyway, because I'm assuming that they don't know what to do. So at least, even if they take 3 days to write one, they go 2 weeks anyway. So yeah, but as you go along, I'm expecting around 5 or 6 per week, per sprint rather, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes,
sorry,
please.
excuse me. Please, the story, is it on the existing requirements that we have? You said
What do
the
you mean? What
BA
do you mean
should have
existing?
should write at least 3 stories. Is it on the existing requirements that we have?
What do you mean existing requirement?
Because for the project that we're working on, which is the project SharePoint,
Yeah.
we already have requirements that we're working on, which is the header, footer, team details, and document library, which the PO gave us. Are we and we've written some stories on those ones. Is it the same story that you're saying, or we're going to have another requirement that we have?
That is the same one. That's the same one, right?
Okay.
So if you go back, can you go back to the board for me, please? Okay, all right. So now, let's say, okay, no. Where you were now. Okay, cool. So now you can, if you expand that one, right, expand the other. So now, so let's assume now, for at the end of this sprint, you have 4 BAs within your team, right? This is okay, right? Because at least maybe each one of you might have done like 4 or 5 stories, right? That's what I'm expecting. Okay. I'm expecting every BA within the team to have done like 3 for this particular sprint. Okay. So now also before the end of the sprint, probably you depending on the time and the schedule, right? You might also be taught how to do wireframes as well. So you can go back after you've done this, you can go back and put the wireframes on the story. But right now, I think we can see continue anyway. So with what you've added, and yeah, to be honest, it's not every BA that actually knows how to do wireframes, and so it's a privilege that you're on this program. Okay, all right. So this is fine, and I hope my instruction is fine in the about what Scrum Masters should do, what BA should do, and what the DA should do.
Yes, sir.
Is that? Can I have confirmation from the DAs as well? Right.
No, sir. Please, sir, I don't understand what we should do. I'm a DA.
Who is sharing the screen?
SM Bukola.
Bukola, can you explain what I said to, if it's okay, right? Or if anyone wants to, yeah, what I said the DA should do?
Oh.
Okay, any other person that can explain?
Okay, so we said the DS should collect the data of the BAs and the number of stories they wrote for each sprint.
Thank you. So that's why I said, for instance, let's say, let me call one person. Okay, let's say Remy is a DA, or okay, let's say Remy is a BA, right? Remy has done 3 stories for this particular sprint, right? So I want the DA to write it down. Remy Kadri, 3 stories. If you also want to kind of put the stories, that is fine. So you can actually get information. So because as you go along, you need to be collecting this information. So at the end of maybe 4 or 5 sprints, it would come out with a very good presentation and visualization for you. So that's what I am expecting you to do. So you will put each BA the stories that they've written, right? So that is important, okay? Is that clear now for the DAs?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right, cool. All right. So this, yeah, I think you can do that together anyway. So you can come that, yeah. So and also within your team, within your what's it called lesson in the Tableau lesson, you can let the tutor know they're giving us this particular task to collect the data, and we want to know how to a very good visualization that you can use to present it anyway. So I think the tutor would actually let you know what you need to do. Okay, all right, that is fine. So moving on. So I know, okay, allow me. You got your hands up.
Legacy, okay. Please. Legacy, please.
All right, okay, all right. Felicia, please.
Thank you very much. I'm in Team Binary, and the number of BAs that we are on the team, if we have to divide these user PBIs amongst all of us, it cannot be up to 3.
What do you mean it cannot be up to 3? What do you mean?
We don't have up to 28 PBIs in our.
How many BAs have we got?
14, I guess.
14.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So can you open the SharePoint? Because the SharePoint is huge, I'm telling you, right? It's something that a whole team will work for years on. So, and I can, yeah, I would kind of highlight some of the things that you need to work on. It's, yeah. Okay, let's go. So you're looking for around 30, right? Thereabout, right? So can you open the SharePoint for me, please?
I do not have the link for the SharePoint.
Okay, all right. Okay, don't worry. Even for this one now, you can see how many we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, scroll down. 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, almost 20. Yeah, right. And I don't think it's complete, right? So as you can see, they've already, this particular team, the Agile has already got 20, right? So I'm very sure you should have up to 30, right? Felicia is okay.
That's okay.
Okay, all right. So
That's okay.
okay, all right. So yeah,
Thank you.
all right, no problem. So I think this is good, right? And I've also reviewed the what's it called? The stories, the assessment criteria. It looks good as well. So hopefully, the binary team, maybe you guys will come on right now. Let's switch to binary team quickly. I'll come back to you. Okay. Who is the Scrum Master in binary team that wants to share the screen? Scrum Master, binary team, please.
Good evening. I'll share my screen. Seems yesterday is not online.
What's your role, Matrial?
Scrum Master.
Okay, all right. Because it says since someone is not around, I don't know.
Yeah, she's more like
And no, everyone is here to learn, so don't let anyone be getting all the learning and you guys say, okay, yeah, please. Okay, all right. So if you can share the screen, let's see it, please.
Okay, I'm sharing my screen already.
Okay, all right. So if you can change it to board for me. No, I think, yeah, okay, change to Epic. Now, okay, go to the right, please.
To the right.
To the right, yeah. Now change that backlog items to epics.
Okay.
Okay, can you expand that?
Here, sir.
Yeah,
Here.
yes. Yeah. Okay, create another. Okay, all right. Expand each one of them, please. Okay. Okay. All right, brilliant. As you can see now, I think, yeah, who was the person that was talking before anyway? So you guys have got different things compared to other one, right? Even if you combine this one, I think it's almost like 30 different things I can see, right? Because you guys have got different work items that they do not have, right? And I kind of appreciate that you also move your states as well. So you got state of BA done in BA, while the Alpha team need a new only one is been approved, which is okay. But you guys have already kind of started to move in BA approved and everything, which I think is good. So it shows that you guys are really, really working in Agile. Well done for that, which is brilliant. Okay. So, but there's still a lot that you can write from what I can see here, actually. So yeah, even the home page, the course, the roles, the documentation, right? There are a lot of things in there that you can also add anyway. The form parts, yeah. So so if you look at it, anyway, so the BA needs to maybe do a research about SharePoint, right? I'm going to assume that you don't know anything before you come to this program, but you've been taught anyway. So, but you need to do some researches as well to say, what can we put on our SharePoint? So then create stories for that, okay? And you can spy on others as well, to be honest, it's okay. So I don't, but bear in mind, don't go and destroy what they are doing, okay? But this is also good. Can you go to one of the stories? I want the BAs to say, okay, this is our best story if you want to open it. So which one is your best story? Yeah. Any of the BAs? Do we have any of the BAs around?
Yeah, I can
Yes,
speak.
we're here.
We could probably just use my one, the one that's been approved, as a point of
Okay.
reference if you want.
What?
Contact us.
The one
Okay.
that's approved, contact us, please, underneath create a footer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
Contact
one.
Hold
us.
on. Before you do that, okay, all right. So we'll come back to that. Before I forget that, you can see, can you close this one? We'll come back to this. There's something I saw quickly. Right. So you can see line 17, right? So you have put everything together, folders for all rows, right? Which it becomes big, right? So I would advise you to split it out, right? For folders for BA, QA, DA, and everything. Because what B has got, SM might not have it, or QA might not have it. So you want to ensure that it's totally different, okay? All right, cool. Let's go to the contact us now, please. Okay, all right, this is good. And one thing I can say, okay, given on the SharePoint footer, right? No, that can be right. No. So you need to first kind of access the site first before you go to the So technically, it can go anyway, but you want to start from the very beginning, right? The first thing you log into the SharePoint, right? And then before you go to the footer, right? So do you get it now? So technically, I would say maybe you missed one point there. But in some cases, yeah, this also will go, right? I'm just trying to will go because you assume that the person already logged in. This maybe as a precondition. But it will be good sometimes to lay out all the process, right? To say, okay, go to the SharePoint, then check the footer. Is that okay? Who was talking before? Is it Jack, right?
Yeah, speaking, yeah.
Yeah. Do you get what I said?
Yeah, I get what you mean. So like kind of map out from start as in on
Exactly.
the SharePoint, scroll down
Exactly.
and okay. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So yeah, so that would be a given. Okay, you can say given, then you put another and. Do you get it now? Given I'm on SharePoint and I go to the footer, or yeah, I think it could also be a when anyway. So when you click on the icon, then you should view that the additional information. Where okay, then additional information will be SM. Blah, blah. What's that?
So based on our meeting, the PO suggested that for contact us for the team binary, we should have one SM lead and one BA lead.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just put team. We haven't agreed who will be there, but I just put the names in it, and then obviously discuss with the teams.
You can just write it to say the contact information should be contact information for the lead. Do you get it now?
Yeah.
Because this one, right, technically as a keyway, if I go to the site and I don't see Yetunde, I'm going to raise a bug.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, because this would be like a kind of holy book that the keyway would take.
Follow.
Okay. Yeah. So okay, all right, that is fine. This is good. Another thing to kind of beautify your acceptance criteria is to bolding the keywords. Okay. So Motrayo, if you can double click on the given, right? Double click, yeah, and no, only the given one, and just say Control B, right? Okay, so yeah, so that will just beautify it, and also it's so if you can do that as well, okay. So okay, but this is good. I'm really impressed that you guys are getting hang of this thing even within 1 week. So can see, maybe we can just ask everyone to go. All right. To be honest. So, okay. All right. This is brilliant. Okay. All right. So, of course, Balsamiq wireframe is still there, and also the process map is still there, but for now, we can see carry on with this one. So, save and close. I think that's fine. So, let's move on. So now I've given tags for the keyway for the BAs. I've given tags for the BAs, and you guys are doing well. DAs have got what they want, and Scrum Masters also are working with that as well. So, and the PM, okay, the PM needs to work with the DAs, right? So you need to manage what I have told them and ensure that they do it. Okay, maybe, sorry, I think I was talking to the Scrum Master before, but no, the role, the task I gave to the DA, the project manager needs, the project managers need to manage that, okay? Not the Scrum Master. Can I have any of the project managers here, please? Do you have any of the project managers?
Yeah, I'm a project manager, yeah.
Okay, all right, cool. So your responsibility is to ensure that the DA actually do their job. Is that okay?
Okay.
All right, cool. So okay, now moving on to the what's it called? The keywords now, right? So can I ask, okay, now as the BAs are writing the stories, right? I'm going to ask a question for the keywords. Keywords, what are you expected to be doing? Are you expected to go on holiday because nothing is been done, right? Or yes, what are you supposed to be doing right now? Because that's also interview question.
No, we're expected to follow. Sorry, can I go ahead?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. So as QAs, we are expected to follow their stories, like even line by line, and then start picking some of the bugs already. Like you've just revealed one of the bugs to me now, listening to you keenly. So we're not supposed to go on holiday. We need to understand exactly what is going on. Only then we'll be able to do our job when the time comes.
Okay. That's brilliant. That's the right answer. But you are not using the right keywords. Okay. That type of test, what's it called?
Early testing.
No, really. There's a particular keyword, and I know your tutor have already taught you about this.
Is it RM requirements metrics or what?
No. It starts with S.
Is it not users acceptance test?
No, you've not gone to that.
It's business requirement. We'll start picking out the business requirement specifications, right?
Okay, all right. So what type of test is this? When developers have not developed the application, but you are testing the requirement for the application, but of course you are not executing any application.
That's
right now. There's no application. Sorry?
Static. Is it static
testing?
That is the word. That's the word.
It
It's static testing, right? So that's what you are doing right now. So you are actually doing static testing, whereby you are reviewing the requirements, right? And most of us have done static testing before, right? When you are in the uni, your friend will say, "This is my project. Can you review for me?" Right? You just go and review, right? That's what you are going to be doing, right? So reviewing those requirements. And why is that? Why do you want to review that even before development?
I'm sure it's correct.
It saves time and it reduces cost as well.
Errors.
I think KG is right. Yeah, that's because it saves time. Because
right, you mean?
Yeah. So if you find any bug on the requirement, what do you have to do?
You log the bug, or you just speak to the developer or the BA.
The BA, and what would the BA do?
They'll try and correct it immediately.
Exactly, they just correct immediately, just a backspace or delete, right, or replace. So it's because the application is not yet developed, right? If the application is developed, then you have to go into the code, change the code and everything. Do you get it now? And that is expensive, right? But right now, it's just a matter of changing the text, right? So this is basically early testing, right? So that's what you are doing. And also, so you need to work together with the BAs, okay? So you might also have something like called 3 amigos, right? So it's okay, oh, call the BA and say, oh, this particular information is not clear. Can you explain it to me? What is your thought? Because sometimes you might think this person is saying A, but whereas it's actually Z. Do you get it now? Before you start to raise the bug, just have a chat. Or you could use, can you click on one of the stories as well? Please click on one of the stories.
Any one of it?
Anyone. Most especially, maybe, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So now Azure DevOps is a communication application. So it's a channel for you to communicate with yourself. Okay. So let's assume that now this is Shadrach. I've written this story and said, given I'm logging to SharePoint. By the way, Shadrach, good. Well done. I'm going to assume that you are the one that did this anyway. But of course, I think the font where you use the, what's it called? Every word start with uppercase. No, don't do that, okay? Don't do
It's
that.
because I think I was writing something and she said something about Microsoft doesn't accept something like that. I don't know. So I was putting, she said every word I should put capital letter. So that's why I was doing it.
Who said that?
I forgot. I did, or I don't know. I've forgotten her name.
No one will tell you that anyway. But
I
it's
think it's just
basically
for SharePoint.
at the beginning, you start with capital letter.
I
Maybe
think
that's
it was on the SharePoint when we
SharePoint.
were writing SharePoint to capitalize the S and P.
P.
Okay, maybe it's the
Because
title.
Microsoft will not happen. So I
Yeah,
think,
it's the title.
if I'm not
Not yet.
mistaken, I think.
Okay, so don't do this here anyway, because this is basically English. Yeah, you need to change this. And so, but having said that, but this is, yeah, as you can see, when I corrected the other, when your own introduction is good, given I'm logging to the SharePoint site, okay, which is good. That's what I'm expecting. When I click on the, of course, there's a typo there on the social media link, and I see, okay, and I see connect to Facebook, right? That will not be and. Do you get it? That will not be and. That will not be and. Oh, guys, what do you think that should be?
When
I will. Oh, yeah. Should start with I actually. Given.
Okay. All right.
I should see.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So at the beginning, you have a given, you have a when, and you have a and. Right. What is that and? What does it stand for?
Don't know.
And is it like an additional
connection?
Additional what?
Additional information.
Okay. Actually, that and is a when. Okay. That and is a when. It's just like you don't want to say, given I logged into SharePoint site, when I click on the social media link, when I see connect, when I authorize SharePoint, then you don't want to repeat the and when. So you now replace with an and, right? Is that okay?
Yeah.
So now I'm actually questioning why you are using a when there, right? Because you have a given at the top, you have a when at the top. Then the and technically is a when. Your when is your action. Your then is your validation. When you are probing something, you have to use a then. When you are saying, okay, this should be my result, this is what I should see, that should be a then. Your actions is your when. So line 3, what should that be?
Then I should see.
Thank you so much. Yeah. Then I should see connect to Facebook. Right. And line 4, is that supposed to be and, or what do you need to do?
Take it out.
Sorry?
We'll take it out because what would they use when again?
I think it should be when.
Okay. So you can see, leave that as a then, because then said then I can authorize SharePoint. Do you get it now? You are still validating that you can do that. Do you get it now? It's just like you change the tone, right? To say, instead of saying I authorize, because that's an action, right? And you can say, then I can, because you want to validate, you can do that. Do you get it now? Then I should see, right? Is that okay?
Yeah, yeah.
All right. But to be honest, what you've written is not that it's bad, it's okay, right? It's passed, it's okay. Do you get it now? Just for you to know that it's better. And one thing that is also good is like, at least you know that it's given when and it follows with it then, and you put lots of and. So now what I'm actually saying that it should be given when and you put it then and do you get it now? But well done, that is good. So
That's a
now,
question.
yes, please.
So I can put giving when, then, and not like giving when and then.
Okay. So you can have given, right? Follow with lot of ands, right?
Yeah.
Then after that, you have a when. Follow with some ands or not and. Then you have a then, follow with and or not, right?
Okay.
So one, you start with a given. Your given might follow with a when. Or you may have lot of ands with it, like concatenation or conjunction, right?
Need to look for an example.
Sorry?
I think you might need to look for an example.
Okay, let's look for an example.
It's getting confusing because you're repeating the same words over again.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So let's go and look for another one anyway. Okay, while we are there, we are this anyway. So one thing I wanted to say while we are here is, so if you find any bug here or anything that you want to call, I'm talking about the keywords now, right? You can put it in the discussion, right? So Mutrayo, can you go to the discussion, right? Just type, okay.
Yeah.
Click on that, yeah. Click on that, and you can say at Shadrach, okay.
I should type?
Yeah, type, please. Yeah.
Add Shadrach.
At.
Oh, at. Okay.
Yeah.
This.
Shadrach, yeah. You can type it, just type it, it's gonna come out. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. So yeah. Yeah, you can now comment what you want to say, right? And you can now say, oh, there's no confirmation for this story. We don't require confirmation message. Or this story does not require confirmation. Something like that. Because Shadrach has said, I should see a confirmation message. Do you get it now? No, there's no confirmation. It should be a pop-up. Do you get it now? You can put that in there and click on save. What this happens that Shadrach will get an email, right? Saying that, yeah, Motrayo has commented on your test and everything. So and that's how to communicate with within Azure DevOps, okay? Any question on this before we move to where we were before?
Yeah, what's one more? So
okay.
Sorry, but so just to go back to what you were saying just now, you said you can put giving and you can put giving.
Yeah, I'm coming back to that. I'm coming back to that. Okay. So yeah, because we need another story, right? For this anyway. So yeah. So I'm coming back to that. We're going to look for another story. If you got one story that we can use, right? Or even from maybe Agile team, right? If you guys have got stories, so we can use that quickly. So yeah, close this one. Let's go back. Let's take another story that's got a lot of meat. Okay. And we can see that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Folder for all rows, please.
You can try team information.
Which should I open? Yeah.
Please.
It's not full.
Yeah, this is not that full anyway.
Yeah,
Okay.
attendance tracker. I've got team information. If you want to call that one.
Okay. All right. So okay, all right. That's fine. So I think this is okay. At least you can see you have given at the top, you have an and followed by an and. Okay. So okay. Motrayo, can you go to line 2 for me? Line 2 of that at the end of line 2, not acceptance criteria.
Here.
At the end, press enter. And press enter. And put and there. And space. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, enter. And another blah, 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 blah. Okay, so then go to after the when, you see there's an and. After that, yeah. Press enter. No,
After...
at the end, yeah. And just copy the one at the top, right? The 2 lines you wrote at the top and paste it there. Okay, remove that. Okay, and then at the end of the then, press enter.
Then?
Yes, at the end, about the team, after the team.
Okay.
Enter, paste what you've copied. Paste it again. Paste it again. Okay, all right. So now, maybe this is an example how you can concatenate this together, right? You have a given at the top, right? You have a given clause, right? Like 3 given clauses, right? Can you highlight those ones for me? At
Which
the top,
ones?
the top ands.
This
3
one.
those 3.
Okay.
So these 3 are given, right? Because they've got the premise of a given at the top. So what you are saying is that given I logged into the given I am on team binary, given blah blah blah, given blah blah blah. But you don't want to be repeating the given every time. So you just put and in this place. The same thing for the when, right? After that, you have a when clause, right? So the predicate, maybe in English, right? Or if that's the right thing to say, right? You now have at the bottom, right? You have the 3 and clauses, right? But they're actually when. Now the bottom, can you highlight the one for the bottom after the when for me, please? Yeah. Those 3 are also when clauses. So that means a given, you can have, okay, for instance, right? You could also have something like this. If you remove them, delete. Delete, yeah. So you can have something like this as well, right? When you have a given, you have 3 clauses on the given. You have a 1 line of a when, and then you follow with the then. And the then has got almost like additional 6 clauses. So you can have something like this as well. So what I'm trying to say is like, your clause is given when then, right? But at the beginning, you have your given at the top, you have the when coming in. But within the when and your given, you can have so many and, or you may not have any and, right? Then after that, you have a when clause, right? So you can have so many ands, which is their literally when clauses, right? Then after that, you follow it with the then clause. Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Can you undo everything? Okay. All right, cool. So then you can close this one. So let's go back to the board now. Okay. All right. Brilliant. So now I like the fact that you guys have already kind of put this in a different state now. So for the keywords, right, when you pick your story up to be reviewed, right, because you are not going to be moving the state because you are only kind of preparing ahead. So you'll be looking at those stories in BA done, right? Of course, you don't need to be looking at the one in BA because this person is saying, I'm still working on it, right? So, and like I said, Azure board is a communications channel, right? It's telling you, like for instance, what the BAs are telling you that the team information is BA done, then keywords can quickly review that, okay? And then also organization logo is already kind of BA done, you can review. But however, do not review tagline because I'm still working on it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right, cool. All right, Brilliant. So now, after BA done, right, let's go to the board, please. View as board now. So view as board, okay? Right, you now have your board, you have your new, right? Every story that you create should start from new state, okay? So then BA will move that story into MBA. Then that's when they are writing each. When they finish, right, they move into BA done, right? Then after that, right, your PO can look at the story, right, and approve the stories, right? Or the BA, right, you can also, because sometimes your PO might be a busy PO and it has happened like that. So you might also let the PO know, okay, these stories are ready. Can you approve? Or you will be like a de facto PO, right, and working on behalf of the PO, move it to approve, right? That also is possible, right? But ensure that you get a buy-in from the PO, or the PO can tell you, don't worry. Okay, let me see if I get any BA here. I can't, like I said, I think it will be good for everyone to kind of put their role so that, yeah. So, okay, all right. So let's say the BA's already got, like authorization, right, from the PO to say, yeah, you can approve story on my behalf. I trust your judgment. I trust that you've done the right thing. Okay, basically, you approve, and it's okay. Yeah, this story is ready because BA I've got authorization from the product owner to approve it. So the BA can also do that anyway. So, but more often it's responsibility of this product owner anyway. So, but because the BA is working directly with the product owner, they can have an agreement within themselves to say, okay, this one is fine. Okay, yeah. So once that is done, right, what you need to do, you put those stories in approved, right? So, and I know during the demo that was done, they taught you how to do sprint planning, which is going to happen tomorrow. Allow me, right? So you're going to do your sprint planning tomorrow, right? It's your first sprint planning. I don't expect it to go well, okay? As long as you're not breaking bottles, that is fine. Anyway, so sometimes even at work, it happens like that. People are in disarray, yeah. But of course, it's okay. So what you need to do now within the yeah, I think I don't need to tell you what you need to do. You just need to do your sprint planning tomorrow. So there'll be, if you don't know what to do, go watch the video about sprint planning that we did anyway. So, but there'll be some mentors there even to guide you. I will also say I can join you as well. Okay, so yeah, so you have that tomorrow. So what you need to do is to review the stories in approved, right? So that means before tomorrow, ensure that at least you have some stories in approved. I would say like 10 or thereabout, right? Okay, KG.
Thank you so much for explaining. So as QAs, obviously, once we will be reviewing the user stories in BA Dawn, if we identify any issues, we will leave a comment in the discussion box for the BA to revisit and take that back, refine that and take that back into new, and it will begin the process again. Is that correct?
No, they put it back in BA, right?
BA, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that they will say, okay, yeah, it's not done again. So they are now working on it. But to be honest, the review of those stories can still happen in approved, even though the POs has approved the story. Like you can see right now, there's one approved by the PO, which I also make comment on, right? So as a QA, you are a quality gate, right, to all the story, right? So to ensure, okay, this story is not yet ready, okay? Another thing that, yeah, maybe I should give you another task to do, Scrum Masters, okay? Scrum Masters, within your SharePoint, right? Yeah, you guys, I think it should be something that you should have on your team charter. I'm not sure. Have you guys agreed on the team charter?
No.
Okay. How about the Agile team? Do you have a team charter?
No, sir.
Okay, all right. So that's one thing that you need to gather together. I mean, if you cannot do it tomorrow, make sure by Wednesday you do it because it's very, very important, right? Your team charter is your agreement as a team, right? It's like a football team, right? To say you're going to play number 5, you're going to be the keeper, you're going to do this. This is what binds us together. It's like a contract, really, right? To say, okay, this is what you would do, this is what I would do, this is what you do. It's very, very important for you to have that agreement. Okay, Miracle.
Okay, yeah, I don't know, but to me, it's like I'm lost. I don't know where to start from, and tomorrow is a sprint planning.
Okay, all right.
And
So why are you lost? Because I've been going through this step by step, preparing for tomorrow, right?
yeah, you've like you said, you've given the Scrum Master stacks, BAs, QAs, but even the PMs, you've given them tasks to supervise the DS and the DS too, but the ADM, I have not heard anything about them.
Okay, all
About
right.
us.
So you are Agile Delivery Manager. You need to understand your role. So technically, right, if you want to look at hierarchy, you sit on top of everybody, right? And to be honest, what I am doing right now should be your role at work, right? To ensure that everything works, right? Now, you can see that I've gone through the board, right? I've ensured everything is okay on the board. That also is your responsibility, right? To ensure the Scrum Master does what they need to do. The Scrum Master does what they need to do. The BA is doing his own role, and yeah, basically, you are the glue that brings everybody together. Because in terms of delivery, right, you are responsible for ensuring that delivery starts and also end well, okay? And your role starts at the beginning and also at the end as well, right? In the middle, the Scrum Master is responsible. Fortunately, right now, this team is starting their sprint tomorrow, right? Yeah. So you ensure that everyone is ready, right? They go what they need to get, right? For instance, now, ability to ensure that they get access to Azure DevOps, they do everything. That's one of those things that you would do as well, assisting the team as well. So most of the escalation point, they cannot do this, they cannot do that, goes to you, right?
Yeah, but for the Azure DevOps, I think was more than 70% done, even more than 80% done for team binary though.
More than?
I think for the Azure DevOps invites, I think more than 80% of the guys have gotten their invites.
Yeah, those are the things that you need to because one way or the other, because the Scrum Master will be escalating to you, right? Because you are close to the project sponsor. Do you get? So if this project fails, it's you. If it passes, is you. You are the big guy. Do you get it now?
Yeah.
So you need to have the board view, right? Board eye view of this particular project.
Okay, I get it now.
All right. So then at the end, everyone will produce an artifact. Do you get it now? They'll produce an artifact. You need to ensure that, they produce artifact is right. So you need to be asking questions. That is majorly your role, right? Asking questions. Why is this not done? Why is this one done? Scrum Master, this particular story has been on board since, and so it's basically you will serve as a quality check as well.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Okay. All right. I think my time is up, but I want to quickly finish this so that you can prepare for tomorrow. So my expectation tomorrow is that you have at least, let's say, 5 to 10 or 10 stories ready for tomorrow, right? So that your developers can start working on those stories. Of course, we know that the developers at this particular time is the Scrum Master. Please don't get it confused, okay? the Scrum Masters will not be developers on the project. It's just for us now, it's a SharePoint project, and I think it's okay for the Scrum Master to develop it. It's not difficult anyway. We've taught you. So that's one. So once the stories are in approved, you're going to start your sprint planning tomorrow, right? And then you move them to committed, and then you start development. Okay. Faith.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Deji. Thank you so much for your explanation. I just wanted a clarification. You said we should have the board move to approved. So are we gonna do that? Because we're supposed to meet with Zip for the sprint planning tomorrow. So up till now, she's moved just one board. Obviously,
So you need to speak to her, okay? You need
what
to
do we
speak to
do
her, okay?
if we don't
To
have the
say
board
that,
moved?
yeah, you need to speak to her so that she can move the stories. And please let her know that Deji said that he wanted at least 10 stories, right? So it
We
means
have.
that, yeah, at least you girls have got 10, right? So yeah, so you need to ensure that at least not only 10, right? You need to put more than 10, right? So that, because some of them might not be ready. I know one thing that's going to happen with the POs is like they will look at the stories, even though they have the add-on as a PO, right? They are also putting their add-on as your mentors. Do you get it now? To say that, yeah, you've not put this, you've not put that. Because of that, they won't let you go, right? So that's another thing they're trying to do. But I'm trying to push you harder to get it now. Even if you're able to do 5, it's okay for this particular sprint because it's your first sprint. But if you do 10, also it's fine. So at least 5 stories should be in committed. So let them know that at least, yeah, you are 5.
Please,
But, yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. Another question. Okay, if we're not able to get try to remember the name now for her to approve our stories, can we get someone else to have a look then? Or does it have to be specifically her?
It has to be your product owner. Right.
Okay.
So one thing that you could do, you have to be your product owner. What you could do, send a message to her and say, oh, we have sprint planning tomorrow, and we have these stories ready for approval. Right.
Yeah, she's asked us to compile a list of
Exactly.
the ones which we've done.
Okay,
so
so
far.
Chaser, okay, that's the reason why you're here. Some product owners, right? When I was a product owner, all right, I was a difficult one, right? You don't get to see me, unfortunately. That's the reality. Do you get it now? But you want to feed that as well. Some of them would be difficult, right? It's not because they are difficult. It's just they want to show you another side of product ownership. Do you get it now? So that it's not every product owner that you send something to, they reply instantly. Some of them, you have to chase them. Sometimes you get angry, right? But you won't let you show, right?
Okay.
So because that's another thing is dealing with difficult stakeholders. Do you get it now? Some of them, I will tell them, okay, don't let it be easy for these guys. Let them have some flair of how the environment is. Do you get it now? So you need to bring that in. So whether you want to take her out on a dinner or lunch, right? It's okay. It's okay. That also is fine. So that next time, because next time she approves all your stories.
We'll do virtual dinner with her then.
That's okay. Yeah. So yeah. So that you got my point right now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So just make sure that they are ready before the sprint planning. Okay. And Scrum Masters, you need to be on top of it as well, right? To ask questions. What are we doing? We only have one story is approved. What are we going to do? Because there's no point going to stand up and sprint plan. So that's why at every stand up, you need to be asking them, right? So first sprint might not be good, but next sprint, I want it to be better. So you go and say, okay, before at the mid of your sprint, right, you want to ensure that you got stories ready, right? So that you don't wait to the end, right? But this one is still okay. You don't wait to the end to say, oh, we don't have stories in our pro, we are chasing our sprint product owner. No. So before the mid of your sprint, you get your story ready, right? And that is very, very important. Okay. All right. I think on that basis, okay, another thing that I want to give you as a challenge, maybe with the ADM and also Scrum Master. Now, so if you click on one of the stories for me, please. Okay, so this is one of the what's it called? Disadvantage or limitation. I would say, I think it's a limitation anyway. Limitation of Azure DevOps, right? Which I'm going to tell you, right? And sometimes when I recommend this, because I'm also one of the review committee with Microsoft as well, so with an MVP, so they kind of get better anyway. But this will be another thing. Okay. Brilliant, brilliant. I think this is what I wanted to say, but I think I can see that you guys have done it, right? So if you go to the right, where in the middle section, you have the keyway, you have the DA, you have the keyway assigned, which is brilliant. Okay, can you highlight that one for me so that people know what I'm talking about? So on the right, yeah, those parts. Okay, so and now you have your BA, so you need to assign who's that BA there. Okay. So that is Shadrach. You need to put Shadrach's names there. The reason is that normally this, I know you guys configure this actually. When most of you guys get to work, you might not see this, but people that actually kind of follow right process will use it. Because what happens is like at the top, when you have assigned Shadrach at the top, right? Tomorrow that will change to who is working on the story. So more often people lose track of who is the BA that worked on this. Who is the keyway that worked on it? Who is the developer that worked on it? But you can check it by going to the history, right? But this is another process. When you already have this, their name is in there, right? You know who to talk to. You know who is the DA, who is the keyway of the thing. So which I think is brilliant. Another thing that you could do now, right? If you close this screen, go back to the board for me. You can now expose this particular information on your board, okay? Okay, so yeah, so you can see here, you should be able to see the BA, the keyway, and everything. So put that information on this board. I'm going to assume that you know how to do that, right? Okay, because I can see you've kind of configured the board anyway, so you've been taught on how to do that. So yeah, put those information so that when you look at the board, you know the DA, you know the keyway, you know the developer that's working on that particular story. Okay. All right, any question before we leave? Okay, all right. That is us. So tomorrow is it? Yeah, okay. Allow me.
Okay, mine is not a question. Mine is just to let them know that after tomorrow, by the way, I wanted to say we'll follow your hand. We're ready for the sprint planning. That's one. Then secondly,
not totally. You still have one story in
we are ready, don't worry. We're ready.
Select one person within your team. Okay, all right, thank you. So you select one person within your team, right, to present for you, right, on a Monday. That will be in the next fortnight, okay, okay, which is on the 17th, right? Yeah, on the 17th, you're going to do presentation, is program presentation, okay? So, and what I'm looking for is update of what you've done, right? Scrum Master, start itemizing what you've done, okay? Also, even the board that you've created, the BAs, itemize what you've done per person, okay? I'm a BA, I've done 4 stories, and these are my 4 stories. I'm a keyway, I have reviewed 10 stories. These are the stories I've reviewed. As a keyway, I have raised 5 stories. This is, as a keyway, I spoke to Remy about the bugs, and Remy has fixed it. I want those details, right? You got 5 minutes, but of course, you put those information on the board, right? Every row has got 5 minutes. Okay, let's put that. Unless Olawumi says it's going to be shorter. So you got 5 minutes per row, right? So, but make sure that you put all information, every task that you've done, right? Is very, very important. And if you do not do anything, then that means you are out of the program, right? So you need to put what you've done, stories that you've done. The DAs, as like I said, you need to put what you've done as well, right? And also talking about the DAs as well, right? So your Scrum Master, your tutors are going to be giving you some tasks, okay? Speak to the project managers, okay? They need to create stories for you, right? What I'm saying is, like, for instance, now, your tutor will say, can you create your Tableau board, or log into Tableau or create your Tableau instance, you need to create a story for that, okay? You need to create a story for that. And I'm okay for you to create one story and create different tasks. That's one way. Or if you want to create individual stories, that's fine. I think you guys are not many, so you can create individual stories anyway. So for your Tableau and your, what's it called? And you've already got a task from the Power BI, you started installing your Power BI. You need to create a story for that. So this is your accountability partner, right? I want to ensure that you are doing what your tutors ask you to do. The work has started. Don't worry, that is it. So, and the project managers need to ensure that this is done. They ensure that they manage it as a project. Your task is a project. So they would manage it as you go along. Okay. All right. Any question?
No question. Just to
Okay.
tell them that with all what Deji has said, guys, please don't feel overwhelmed. Don't feel overwhelmed. Don't feel overwhelmed. Just see it as something that you're going to cross, and in a couple of sprints, trust me, it will be cool. It's like this for everyone. So wishing you guys the best. See you